How's it going, guys? My name is Tavarish, and today is gonna be a little bit different because I was told by a really good friend a few weeks ago that there's a garage near me that has some of the most insane JDM cars that I've ever seen. I had to come check it out for myself, and I figured I'd take you guys along for the trip. So, can we open this up? Oh my gosh, this is crazy. This is like a lot of cars. So we are in the warehouse of Prentice Performance Imports, or PPI. They specialize in these kind of cars. They go to various auctions in Japan and they pick up these really awesome cars. And the owner, John, he's right here. Yeah, so this is John, and
this is my playground.
This is your playground, and boy, this is pretty nuts. Every single car in this video is for sale. Is that correct?
It is. Every car here is for sale.
Okay, so that's not something you want to tell me. That's really kind of bad. You guys can tell me if I miss anything that you want to see, and we're gonna go along and we're gonna put special attention on specific models that I think are really cool, but you guys can always tell me what you want to see. This is a Acura. Well, no, it's not Acura, it's a Honda,
it's a
right?
Honda, it's a Honda, proper Honda.
That's right, so it's a Honda NSX, and this one is an earlier or a later year? I see it has like the later front end.
This is a 91, but it was converted in Japan. A lot of the 91s and the first gens that they have over there, they convert, get rid of the pop-up headlights. So this was all done in Japan and brought over as you see it.
Okay. So this one is an automatic, but the automatic in this actually isn't really that bad. It's kind of snappy, and honestly, with a car like this, the looks are amazing, and it's gonna sound really cool. This is awesome. Now, this isn't the only NSX you have here, right?
No, we have two more.
Okay, so before we get to those NSXs, what's that?
That is a Suzuki Mighty Boy. That is a Kei truck.
Okay, for those that don't know what a Kei car is, it's a 660cc maximum engine, and it was made for the Japanese market. They could be no longer than 10 feet long, and they had really small engines which made around 62 horsepower. That was actually the maximum amount that you can make. And this one is a 3-cylinder. It's a car, but smaller. So
basically a street legal go-kart.
Take a look at these. How tiny are these wheels?
These are 14s.
No, this can't be what? Are they 14s? No, these are, that's a 10. This probably doesn't have a super huge payload capacity, so I wouldn't go putting like a bunch of rocks and boulders in there.
But one thing I do have to advertise right here, which they make a point to advertise, are power windows.
Power window, wow. Up and down. We're living in the future, my friend. Then you have this. Well, okay, you have the Supra here.
This is a special low mileage. This has less than 20,000 original miles on this Mark IV Supra.
Okay, so when you say 20,000 original miles, I've been around the block, and I know that JDM engines, they say 20,000 to 40,000 miles or kilometers. They're never really telling the truth, are they?
I'm talking on the odometer.
No, I know.
Yes.
So that's the difference.
Yes, you are correct.
Yes. So the difference is when you have documentation like John does, when you have a 20,000 mile or kilometer odometer, you'll see that here, and you'll have the documentation to back that up. And this car is super clean. I love the cloth seats. Actually, my Supra has red seats, like there's this red leather, and I absolutely hate it. The cloth is really nice. What's interesting about these is that Supras in the States had only two models. They had the naturally aspirated and they had the turbo. And the turbo means that you had all the bells and whistles, and a naturally aspirated means that it was basically the base model. Now in Japan, they had a lot of different models, which means that you can have a turbo with a 6-speed, but you had the NA brakes, which are smaller. You can have just a lot of different configurations. This one is actually a hardtop, which is not the Targa. This is the one you want. I have a 95 hardtop, and for handling, for structural rigidity, this is what you want. And these usually have some bubbling up here, and this one is super clean. So this is a really like awesome example. It has those period correct wheels. It has a Ridix kit, probably a real one. I'm not the biggest fan of the Ridix kit, but it's a very, very popular thing.
Yeah, it is. And they definitely do some things a little different over there that I've seen, noticing some of these cars coming in.
Oh, do they now? Now take a look at this. It's a 13B rotary, two-rotor, from a Mazda RX-7. And this one actually has the later model bumper. Do you know what year this is?
This is a 93, but I believe it was used as a drift car in Japan. So I think, especially because you see that it doesn't have the fastener on this, that when it came to auction, they switched out the old bumper and just put this on. Honestly,
I think this car is one of, if not the most beautiful Japanese car that was ever made. I love the lines. There's no straight angles anywhere. It's just a smooth flowing design, and I love the way these look. I do like the way they drive, but that engine, I'm not a big fan.
I agree. Look, here's the thing. All right, hands down, I have to agree. The RX-7, look-wise, most beautiful car. I even think better than the NSX. I love the NSX, but I think the RX-7 looks better. Everyone loves the Supra because you know what's under the hood of the Supra. The 2J, legendary. Everybody loves it. RX-7, 13B, yes, high revs. I love the sound. If you're a rotary guy, I can appreciate it. Not reliable, not the most reliable. And if it's a car that you're not driving every day, you're gonna have some issues with it.
People are screaming in the comments right now, like, how dare you, my rotary is reliable. Okay, we get it, we get it. A Skyline over here, this is an R33. This isn't a GTR, right?
This is a GTS 25T. So actually, the R33, even though the GTR started in 95, which means that this is the first year that you can legally bring them over, the GTS 25T started a year before.
Okay, so these are 94s.
So I was able to bring this over a year before. So this one's auto, but it's still RB25 single turbo.
Yes. So this is interesting because the previous ones, hey, look, the airbag is, that's an interesting thing. Well, the airbag doesn't look like it was deployed.
It's just the cover.
Yeah, the cover came off, so that's not a big deal. If you go to, so you go to an auto dealer and like, hey, what's going on here? We have a awesome Nissan here, and we have an awesome Nissan over there, 300ZX, and I actually have one of these, Earl Leaker on Wrench Every Day.
Fairlady Z. They actually didn't even call them 300s over there. They call them the Fairlady Z.
Oh, right. So they are Fairladies, and you'll see that on, yeah, right here. So Fairlady Z, right there. So it's not a 300ZX, and it has an awesome looking kind of period correct system.
It's actually, check that out.
Is that like, did they just put that on there?
I don't know. These are part of the things that I get to discover when they arrive.
I mean, like, Gretty made so many products. Like, how do they?
I think it is. I think that's. Oh, maybe not.
Okay. Well,
I don't know. Somebody let us know in the comments.
Yeah, let us know in the comments. Is this real? This is kind of cool. Yes. I like this like Ferrari style 348 like louvers.
You know what these have in common with the Ferrari, right?
They're both
headlights.
Huh?
The headlights.
The headlights.
Ferrari adopted these headlights off of the 300s and the Fairladies.
That was Lamborghini.
Was it Lamborghini?
Lamborghini Diablos in the late 90s and early 2000s had these.
These are glass.
Yeah, these are glass. And what's interesting is that Lamborghini had a little strip right here in carbon fiber, and you wonder why they did that. It's because they had the Nissan logo right here that they wanted to cover up. So that
sounds about right.
What is this Knight Rider thing?
Oh, so that's part of the sound system, and actually the guy, or the previous owner, even these all light up in here. There's blue LED lights in here. And that has the single DIN screen that pops up into that custom built little frame.
This guy watched a lot of Pimp My Ride.
Yeah. And then confetti Recaros, which, you know, I know they're very clean. They're really popular here. A lot
confetti
of
Recaros. Interesting. My friend Matt Farah has something like this in his Porsche, and he used like bus fabric from the LA bus.
Yep.
So we go from that performance Nissan to this performance Nissan to this, which is a Nissan but not performance at all. This is a Nissan Figaro. They only made them for 1 year, 1991, correct?
Correct.
And they made them, there was like a limited run, but they were so popular in 91 that they kept making them. And I think they only made them in like 1 or 2 trims. It was very kind of sparse.
Yeah, it was, I mean, it was a basic entry-level kind of vehicle.
But
They did a good job with the retro design.
It's a beautiful retro design. First off, take a look at how everything here is white. It looks almost like a 50s cruiser from America. And you have a retractable canvas top over here. Yeah, which definitely, you definitely keep the rigidity here. Not so much rigidity over here. But these are really, really cool. We have this, which is another Nissan, and this, I believe, has a very similar engine to this.
Just NA.
Yeah, just NA, and it's called a Nissan Pao. And you described it as like the ultimate beach cruiser.
I did. I think it's a perfect beach cruiser here.
Well, it looks like it. All these things were designed like they were made for like California sunshine.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Dude, this is very spacious. Holy, there's a lot of space in here.
Yep.
And you have the traditional Japanese add-ons for the AV system.
5 TVs.
Yeah, 5 TVs. You got a disco ball. One thing I do know about is this car.
Looks familiar.
Yeah, looks very familiar. It's a Nissan Beat. It's a Honda Beat. What am I talking about? I love this thing. It's a 3-cylinder, mid-engined, not turbo, NA, but it has a high revving engine with some individual throttle bodies.
It's a baby NSX.
It is a baby NSX. This is a supercar, and if anybody says it's not a supercar, you can fight me. It has a gauge cluster like a motorcycle almost. It has a 5-speed manual transmission that's really fun to row through. The only thing I don't like is the gearing, because you top out at like 68 miles an hour.
Yeah, when we took the Cappuccino to a car show, we were on the highway and we had a pin pretty much the whole time cruising.
Yeah, it seems a little bit like if you're going highway speeds, you are like just it's pretty gnarly.
And
but
one thing about this one that I don't see a lot of them having at auction are the original speakers still in here.
Mine has the original speakers.
Does. Nice.
Yeah.
Good
So
find.
it has the original speakers right there in the front, so they blast you right in the face. But mine did not have the road flare, and it didn't have the red inserts, which are really awesome.
The checkered carpet.
Oh, the checkered carpet? No, mine didn't have that either. But it did have a really bad top. So
Have you found a way to lock this down? Because I have not.
no, that's you lock it down with the laws of physics, my friend. Yes, that's the only way you do it. These are an awesome way to get into the JDM car world without paying a lot of money. I mean, what do these, like one of these, go for now?
Between 10 and 12. You can probably find some around 9, some of the importers.
For 10 grand, this is so much fun.
I mean, I have to tell you, I've found a lot of these key cars I've found are coming in better condition than some of the GTRs I'm bringing over.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's got a score of 4B, which for a 30-year-old car is about as high a score as you can get at the auctions. And this one I'm actually thinking about doing the giveaway for. I'll let you know.
Can I have it? So, what's going on over here? What's this nightmare fuel?
That's our Asteria tree. So that's for our music festival. Which, if you have, if you're into electronic music and you live in Central Florida, have you ever heard of Asteria Arts and Music Festival? We put it on once a year. Okay. Obviously, this year has been delayed a year.
Okay.
We'll be back at it.
All right.
And that is our friendly talking tree, who also guards the cars.
He looks very friendly, but I wouldn't want to get on his bad side. I'm gonna close my eyes at night, and this is what I'm gonna see, and then I'm never gonna sleep again. A Skyline GTR R32 V-Spec 2. I always enjoy looking at them, driving them. They are so underrated for what they are. I mean, they drive not necessarily like a modern car, but they drive like very of their era. Like, if you know what a 90s Japanese car feels like, but a really sorted, really well handling one, this is exactly what you want. Like, if you want to get into the JDM-ness, like if you want to get into the JDM world, this is your ticket to the top.
This car, especially because of its age, comparing it to modern cars, this is a car that if you drive it like you want to go off the road, it will take you off the road.
Yes.
It's not going to keep you planted firmly. It's not going to keep your tires straight and in line. It's going to do what you tell it to do.
What's interesting is that these are all-wheel drive. However, it is very heavily biased towards the rear. It's like 95.5. So you could actually drift this thing around a corner, which I may have done a few times with a R32 GTR I had for a few weeks. Again, just a really clean example. And you can see a lot of the Japanese additions. You have the shift knob, the audio system, and there's
cup holders. No, none in this one.
Yeah, you do have cup holders. Wow.
Oh, so actually, this one I found somebody on Facebook that 3D
printed. Yes.
Yep.
Wow.
Fit nicely, good and snug.
Okay. You have the Nardi steering wheel, and you have a Strada GPS, which is just awesome. I love those things because they usually put those right in front of the passenger airbag. Here we have a Mitsubishi Galant, and there's nothing special about this. This is basically a car that you can buy for 300 bucks, except for the fact that this is a VR4, and these are very highly sought after. They're four-wheel drive, four-wheel steering. They had a 4G63 from the Eclipse GSX, and they have what should be common on any car. I don't know why they don't have them here, but this. Why don't cars have this anymore? This is something that we all need. Tom from Tom's Turbo Garage actually has one. He built one up, and it's just awesome. The tweed interior. Holy crap! This is really clean, man. Let's kind of rapid fire through these. Okay, we have this amazing RX-7 right here that looks like it was made by the world's biggest anime enthusiast. That's the RX-7 for a particular kind of person. Then you have an RX-7 that is for a different kind of person. This is more of a drift build. It has the 3-spoke Advans, and it's just a very clean example with some minor modification.
And I will say to those of us here, we will not fit in that seat. That is a Japanese size racing seat. That is tight.
Yeah, that looks like it's made for babies. The wing is insane, and I love the color. The color is really awesome, like this wine red. And you also have the Suzuki Cappuccino, which is a K car, 3-cylinder, makes about 62-ish horsepower with a turbocharger, revs really high, like somewhere like 11 grand.
Yeah, it can get up there like the rotary status.
Dude, there's so much. There's so much here.
Back.
I do have to come back. So we have another Galant VR4 here, and it's tuned by AMG. Is that real?
Yeah, they had a partnership when it was Daimler Chrysler.
I did not know that. I just learned something today. Also, why is there a bucket in your engine bay? It's just like a Home Depot paint bucket.
There's definitely some. I mean, look at the size of the battery. That's like a motorcycle battery.
It is a motorcycle battery, and dude, this is.
But yeah, I mean, you know, the Chrysler Crossfire is an AMG.
So is this your AMG section? Because you got this, and then you also got this guy right here. Got a CL65 with a Rentec tune on it.
That's what I win my cars back with.
Okay. So this is what you take out for on Friday nights. Then you have a Subaru SVX, but it's an Alcion. Yeah, it's an Alcion.
Which we had these here, but not many of them. And you don't see many of them.
No, you don't. And what's really cool is that you can actually make these manual with some off-the-shelf parts, like a 5-speed. This had a 3.3 liter.
It was the biggest engine that they made until they came out with their SUV.
That's right, yeah. So it was a EG33, I believe. That was the engine, and it was a Boxer 6. And it was a naturally aspirated, made around 200-something horsepower. This was supposed to be a luxury cruiser, and it looks awesome.
It was futuristic. For the time.
It was very futuristic. I love the way these things look.
I love the window and the window design here.
The fact that you can buy these like a crappy, like a really crappy one for like $1,000.
Yeah.
It's sort of, I don't know. I think it's a really good value. But these, I would love to get a JDM one, especially one like this. It looks like, I love the two-tone.
Look at the interior, the suede leather two-tone.
Oh, the suede leather! Wow.
Back seats too.
That is crazy. Yeah. We got another Skyline GTR.
That's a single owner wine color, very unique.
And I love the wheels, the TE37s. Yep. So we got is that a Silvia?
That's a Silvia.
Okay, so this is a S14 Silvia. with those 3-spoke Advans. And what's cool about these is that, well, other than the fact that they're used for drifting and autocross and stuff like that, these are very sought after because they get damaged. And this one is not damaged. They're usually very rusty over here. And again, this is really solid. We got something that I know very well over here. This is a GTO. And the GTO was the Mitsubishi 3000 GT out in Japan. But this one is an early model, and it's also a NA, and I believe this one is an automatic. So this one would be like more of an SL. This came with a 3-liter V6, making around 220 horsepower. But they're awesome, and I think, I mean, how much would this one be?
I'd like to try and be able to sell something like this for about 10. Just
okay.
10. So
something like this with very good history. It is quite rare, and it is a real GTO. That's an awesome way to get into the JDM scene. We have another Skyline GTR, and you can tell the GTR from the bodywork. It's just wider, and these are all-wheel drive. And
one of the things that I found a lot of people like about the R32s is the body style didn't change between the GTR, the GTST, the GTS. If you look at the back of the R33, it looks more like an Impala than a GTR.
Yes, it does. Well, let's just say that the Impala looks like a GTR and not the other way around.
Because this came first.
Yes, that came first.
But for the R32s, the body style didn't change between those. So some people maybe that love the look of the GTR R32 but can't afford, $35,000 for a 25-year-old car, you can go and look for a GTST that's going to have the same body style. It's not going to be all-wheel drive, but all that stuff you can change too as you want. People have done crazier.
That makes perfect sense. And you just got another one. It's like they met on the internet or something. So you got another Skyline. This is a GTS? GTR, okay. Yep. So this is a GTR.
So most of the GTRs actually came with a Silvia badge, which is strange.
Actually came with a Silvia badge. Do you think that they just kind of screwed that up from the factory? They're like, we don't have any more badges left. Like, whatever. We have an Acura NSX with some... Oh my! I keep on saying Acura, man.
That's the good thing. They're all Acuras here, but it is a proper Honda.
This is America. This has a proper manual transmission. I love the door handles on the pillar here, and it's closed. Check out that engine, though. See the engine right here in the back? Very Ferrari-esque. All right. And you got your switches. Like it's Fast and Furious, man. Like this is... Ooh. So this is missing a supercharger or turbos or something.
They even, I've been on Science of Speed too, and they even make an individual throttle body kit for these cars, which would be amazing.
That is awesome. Is this like, it's like a carbon Kevlar cover?
This has had a little bit of work done to it. It's definitely not stock. It definitely doesn't sound stock.
It's just a peach of an engine, and I love this very much.
And how many mid-engine cars do you get a full trunk on? Let's see if it opens up for us.
Are you trying to flex on me now? Trying to flex on me with your full trunk?
It's not opening because the battery's dead, but...
Oh, that is a very big trunk. Holy cow. Dude.
And it's got a frunk.
And it's got a... How much do you want for this? So this thing is one of my favorite cars ever. This is a Autozam AZ1, and it's basically made by Mazda. This is a Kei car, but it's a supercar in every single way that counts. It has a very high revving, turbocharged 3-cylinder engine, and this is the same engine as the Cappuccino, right?
Yep, and it's a mid-engine.
And it's mid-engine, so it's mid-engine, rear-wheel drive, and it has Gullwing doors. This is one of my favorite JDM Kei cars, and it looks like a supercar, like a little Ferrari or a little Lamborghini, and I'm a little bit scared because I want to fit in here, and I don't know if I can. Do you think I could fit?
I think you could fit. I fit in there. I think you could fit in there.
So I am 6'1.5" with some pounds on me, and I've never been able to fit in a car like this, but hey, look at that. So my legs kind of hit the steering wheel here. This is a little not great, and also I wouldn't be able to put it into fifth. Yeah, this is not a great situation. I think if I got a smaller steering wheel, maybe it would work. Okay, let me try to, okay, we'll clear it there, and, okay. Actually, headroom's not horrible. Just hopefully don't hit any bumps, because then you're going straight into glass. I need one of these. I need one of these really, really badly.
They're cool. They're getting harder and harder to find. One whole rotation.
Oh boy! Oh, this is fun. Okay. See, getting out.
Let's see. This is the next
fun
one.
Part. Seriously, how do you do this? Okay. You put one butt cheek on the side.
There you go.
And you grab something around
the closest tree.
And then, yep. This is not to take your wife out on date night.
And then you watch your head, of course, because of the Gullwing doors. Mm-hmm. If you're larger than 5'6".
Okay. All right, that was interesting. Now we go from that to this, another Cappuccino, and this one has been modified just a bit, but what I learned today is that the back actually goes in and out, and it is a hardtop. So this just, like, the Cappuccino is such a good value.
Yeah, I think it's one of the most underrated. I love the AZ one, like you said. It's unique as hell. Gullwing doors, amazing. But this, and they come in really good condition. I think people have really taken care of these cars over in Japan. It's probably an older customer type that probably doesn't drive much and keeps the car in the small garage that they have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. I mean, the Cappuccino is where it's at. I was always a Honda Beat fan, but I'm very, very on board with this. So from this, we go to the Big Daddy Godzilla right here. This is a Nissan Skyline R32 GTR with many body modifications. It has a wide body. What was that?
This is actually a V-Spec 1.
A V-Spec 1. So we have a wide body. See the fenders here. See the carbon lip right there. The side skirt extensions. You have this kind of bolt-on piece. This huge wing. This huge carbon fiber wing. And it really looks... It looks mean as hell, man. This is just, like, all of them look very similar on the inside. They're very kind of stock-ish looking, but, oh, I didn't even notice this has a carbon, is this real carbon fiber?
That's real carbon fiber roof.
Real carbon fiber roof. Yeah, it is. It is. You can see the weave in the paint. Just for curiosity's sake, how much would you let this go for?
That's gonna be 55.
55 grand. That's actually less than I thought. 55 grand for this. It looks amazing. This is really striking. This has like supercar looks, and I'm guessing supercar performance. Oh, wow. So you got LED brake lights. Wow. See, that's what you get when you buy from you know? You get these nice little nuggets of JDM-ness. Get these Panasonic speakers back here. You know, not everyone has those, okay? You can't just buy that in a store.
They don't even make them anymore.
They don't even make them anymore, dude. Another Skyline here, another Skyline here.
This one's actually a manual transmission RB25 single turbo. So this is an R35 GTS 25T with the 5-speed.
So this is the good one.
So this actually has a little locking switch on the handbrake, which you have to engage to lock the brake, which means that this has a drift setup.
Okay.
It's definitely not stock. It's set up for drift. You have to actually lock the handbrake to hold it up.
So it has a little drift. It has a little drift button.
Yep. All you do is just pull on it.
Cool. All right. So this was a little drift pig. So if you guys want a really awesome drifting, wait, hold on. What's going on here? What's this?
You know, I showed you on the Wine R33 how it looks like an Impala back end. I actually think the previous owner took the wing off, and I actually think it looks better without it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and you have these like these little recesses here. It almost looks, you know what it looks like? It looks like the reverse of what a Honda person would do to raise their hood to get the heat out. But this is like to keep it in, you know? It's just to make the trunk extra hot. That is everything here. Dude, thank you so much.
Of course.
I have a little confession to make because I didn't just come here to check out cars. I also bought a car. And I'm not going to tell you what it is right now, but I will tell you that it is a JDM car. It's something that I've always wanted, and it's something that I know you guys will like, and it's something that is, let's just say it's in questionable condition.
Yeah, it was a little rough coming off the boat. We'll say that.
Yeah.
It's a work in progress, so we know if anyone can do it, this man right here can.
Okay, definitely. So if you want to get any of these cars or inquire about them or just want more information or just want to see what these cars are all about, definitely go check him out on Facebook, Instagram.
Yep,
all
Facebook,
that.
Instagram, Prentice Performance Imports. I'll be doing a soft opening and probably a Fast and Furious style barbecue soon, so definitely hope to see you, everyone out here.
He's in the Central Florida area, so definitely go check him out. I will put everything about him and his company in the link in the description below. These cars are amazing, and I'm gonna get to my car in a bit. Hopefully you guys like that. But until next time, this is me reminding you guys that on cars like all of these, you guys should definitely build it better, and to do that, you need to wrench every day.